Types of workout include cardio workout and weight training. So cardio workout we have already discussed in the previous video, so I won't be talking about it today. Here I'll only be talking about weight training. Now when a person joins the gym and he's a beginner, he's completely new to exercise and workouts, so he looks around in the gym at people who are exercising, the exercises that they are performing, or he watches some videos on the internet, and that's how he begins to perform those workouts. Now he has not sought for professional guidance, so in other words, he is self-taught, and by this, in simple understanding, in simple words, he is seeking half knowledge. So that's not the right approach. It is important to be guided rightly, and it is important that the workout program should be designed rightly. So in this explanation, we'll get a detailed understanding about it. Now weight training is divided into isolation movement and compound movement. Now if I do the dumbbell curl, the bicep curl, so this is the movement. Now here there is only movement at one joint taking place, that is the elbow joint. So here this is a isolation movement. Some examples are bicep curl, machine chest fly, leg curl, and also lateral raises. So isolation movement is where there is movement taking place only at a single joint. In compound movement, there is movement taking place in two or more joints. Now this again can be divided into supported, compound, then there is unsupported, and then there is structural. Now in supported, the body uses a support for stability. Now examples are leg press, then it is supported rowing, and lat pull down, so yeah. So if you have not seen, you can just check it out. Leg press machine which is there in the gym. Here you're using a support, okay. A back rest is there for your, that's where you use the support, and there is movement taking place, okay, at multiple joints, that is your hip joint, your knee joint and your ankle joint. So that's why it is a supported compound movement. Supported rowing, you're taking support in a seated position on the machine and you're doing the rowing movement. So again, movement is taking place at the shoulder joint and the elbow joint, but you're taking support, okay. And again, lat pull down, you're seated on the machine and you pull the handle downwards. So again, example of a compound movement which is supported. There are more examples also to mention. Unsupported movements is where there is multiple joint movements, 2 or more, but you are not taking any support. And this is lunges, then chin-ups and bent over row. So if you are not aware of these workouts, you can just check it out. Here you are not using any support, but there is multiple joint movement taking place. And in structural, it is squats, deadlift, standing overhead press, clean and jerk, and snatch. So in structural movement, it's a multi-joint movement where the entire structure of the body is loaded. Now here, it puts a compressive force on the spine. Now, compressive force on the spine, and this is important. This is known as axial loading. So in a structural movement, there is axial loading. This is very important. Now, consider a man who is new to workout. He's a beginner. He has not worked out for several years and he decides to join the gym. Now, he, seeks wrong guidance, or he's misguided, or either he's self-taught, okay? And then he's told to go and do the deadlift workout. Now, deadlift workout is an exercise. It's meant for the back. It's a structural lift, okay? It's a structural movement. So this man, he, manages to do it, or, he's guided wrongly. But the reason I'm talking about this is because a beginner has weak muscles, never worked out for several years, so the muscles are weak, plus he has not learnt the right form and technique to do the movement, but he is told to do that workout. Now, since it's a structural movement, it's going to put a lot of impact force on the spine, because it's going to create axial loading, and that's where in course of time he's going to get injuries on his spine, because it takes time to get adapted, for your body to get used to that workout, for your muscles to get strong, for you to learn the right approach, the form, the technique, the adaptation, the progression. All of this is involved in fitness. Now, when a person approaches me, he's a beginner, so that's how I go about it. Firstly, I give my client supported workouts. So the machine is designed so beautifully, it is aligned rightly for our body, so the movement takes place very smoothly. And definitely, that's the right approach. You have to get the body adapted gradually, progression has to take place gradually, and that's where he can progress and go eventually to advanced level. Now, for the back, I will give him lat pull down, I will give him supported rowing, then I will give him reverse close grip lat pull down, all of those workouts which is supported. He does it very comfortably on the machine. His muscles get strong, he gets used to that movement, okay. For a lot of time, progression takes place, and that's where I will give him unsupported movements. Now, so in supported, I will give him assisted chin-ups. Okay, this is the first phase of the start of a beginner client. Then I give him, this is the second phase, I give him assisted chin-ups, and I will give him single arm dumbbell rowing. Okay, then I will progress him to unsupported. So it's supposed to be done gradually. Then I give him unsupported. So here it was assisted chin-ups, and now I give him chin-ups. Single arm row, now I give him bent over row. So here it was supported and here it is unsupported. And that's the next phase. And then as he gets adapted, his muscles become strong, and that's how eventually in course of time I'll progress him to the structural lift. Gradually I'll teach him the deadlift, the form, the technique, and that's how he will progress to advance. Now the same thing applies with squats. A beginner should be taught to do free weight squats. Let him learn the technique, get his body adapted to it, and then eventually progress him to squats teaching him to place the barbell rightly, okay, and then teach him the form, the technique. Then you add the weights, the plates, and gradually increase the poundage. So a beginner, that's how the workout program should be designed rightly. You just can't let a beginner enter into the gym and give him exercises which is very difficult and which is eventually going to lead to injuries. The learning process, the adaptation, the form, the technique, the progression, the advancing, all of this has to happen gradually. Now coming to isolation movement. So most of the movements, you can say all the movements that we do in our daily life involves the use of 2 or more joints. So that's, functionality. We come to the gym to learn functionality, to make our body adapted to the daily life activities. Now it's always preferred, to work out on compound movements in the gym, because these are the movements that we use in our daily life. So it's functionality. It's a functional movement. So isolation movements should be avoided. Okay, first preference should be given to compound movements. But there are exceptional cases that isolation movements have to be used. Like now, if I have to give a client, I have to give the chest workout. So I'll give the bench press. Now bench press, there is multiple joint involved. So for the chest workout, here there is machine chest fly. So definitely the first preference will be given to a compound movement. That is, this is the first preference, the bench press, compared to the machine chest fly, because this is an isolation movement. But if my client is facing discomfort in his elbow, he's having pain for some reason or some injury, then definitely this makes it a very good option, the machine chest fly. So his elbow is not bending, there is no movement, but easily and very smoothly he can perform the chest workout with the use of the machine. Now for the leg curl, it's for the hamstring muscle. There is no better option, in fact, one of the best options to go for the leg curl for the hamstring. Now although it's an isolation movement, but it makes it the best workout for the hamstring muscle. So that's where we select the leg curl machine for the hamstring workout. So that is how workout program is designed. It's a workout should not be selected just randomly, looking at people around you or fancy workouts or movements, or being self-taught, looking at videos on the internet. That's not the right approach. There is a selection criteria in exercises. There's a right protocol that has to be followed in the progression, and that is how workout program is designed. So most important is safe workout. You go to the gym to become better and to become fit and not to get injured, not to get injuries. So that's where I give a very good example that a beginner is given the squats and the deadlift with a lot of heavy poundage. That's not the right approach. It's gradually you have to progress. So that's where we get a clear understanding that in workouts there is isolation and compound movements, and again compound movement is subdivided into supported, unsupported and structural.